Hello my lovelies, it's Susanne, and today I want to show you how to solve this puzzle. Two buckets together can hold exactly 12 liters of water. We can see the two buckets here, and together they can hold 12 liters of water. Bucket A is completely full and bucket B is only half full. Okay, so this bucket here is completely full, so this is bucket A, and this bucket is only half full, so this is bucket B. If all the water from bucket A is now poured into bucket B, then bucket B becomes completely full with no water spilling over. So now we take all the water from this full bucket and pour it into bucket B. Then this bucket becomes completely full with no water spilling over. So all of this just fits perfectly into this bucket then. How many liters of water can each of the two buckets hold? Okay, so we don't want to know how much water is in each bucket. We just want to know how many liters can this bucket hold in general. So I call this A then. So many liters fit in here. And the same for bucket B. We don't know yet how many liters fit in here, but we call this B then. We are looking for A and B. And we get the information that both buckets together can hold 12 liters. So my A plus my B has to be 12. So this would be a first equation that we know A plus B has to be equal to 12. We have two variables, only one equation so far, so we need another equation, but we also have more information here. They tell us if all the water from bucket A is now poured into bucket B, then bucket B becomes completely full with no water spilling over. So we take all this water, and this bucket is full, so we know there is A liters of water in here. And if we pour it now into bucket B, which will become completely full then we know that all this water from here fits into this upper part of this bucket. We know that this bucket is half full, so this part up here is the other half of the bucket. So it's half of what fits into the bucket, so this is half of B. If A fits in this upper part, then we know that A has to be equal to 1/2 of B. So we get another equation that A is the same as half of B. So we have two equations, two variables. We should be able to solve this system of equations. The second equation is already solved for A, so we could just take this and insert it for A here in our first equation. So we take the second equation and insert it into our first equation. So instead of A, we're going to write 1/2 B plus my B, and this is equal to 12. And now we only have to solve this equation for B. We have B in here, another B in here, and we want to add them. So we have 1/2 of B plus 1B. So let's add the numbers. We have 1/2 plus my 1. We can write the 1 as a fraction as well. So we have 1/1. But we are only allowed to add two fractions if they have the same denominator. So let's multiply by 2 here. We have 1 times 2 equals 2 then. The same here on top. 1 times 2 equals 2. Now we have the same denominators and we are allowed to add. The denominator stays the same, and on top we have 1 plus 2 equals 3. So in total, we have 3 over 2 of our b's here on the left side. And on the right side, we still have our 12. To solve for b, we have to get rid of this fraction that is connected by a multiplication symbol. So we have to divide both sides of the equation by this fraction. We divide by 3 over 2 so that it disappears here, but we also have to divide by 3 over 2 on this side. Here it cancels out, which is great because then we have our b left, and here, well, we still have to calculate this. So it's 12 divided by this fraction. Instead of dividing by a fraction, we can take our number and then multiply by its reciprocal. So instead of 3 over 2, we switch the two numbers and have 2 over 3. Now let's multiply. We can reduce something first because 12 over 3 is just equal to 4, which is great because then in total we have 4 times 2, which equals 8. So 8 liters fit into my bucket B. And what about my bucket A? Well, now that I know my B, I can insert it here and find my A as well. So A is equal to 1/2 of B. I know that my B is 8, so I insert it here. So I also know my A now. It is 8 over 2, which equals 4. And 4 liters fit into my bucket A. So let's take our numbers here. We know 4 liters fit into this bucket, 8 liters fit into this bucket. In total, we have 12 liters for both buckets. Okay, that's correct already. And half of my bucket B would be half of this, so this would be 4 liters that would fit in here on top of this water, and that is exactly the 4 liters that we poured from bucket A into bucket B, and it seems to be correct. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Take care.